Hey, chat, how we doing today? Also, you'll have to excuse me, I'm a little bit, I wouldn't say tired today, but I'm a little bit out of it today. I do have a habit of waiting exactly 4 minutes and 44 seconds before I start yapping on stream, just to give people time to get into stream and, get ready for whatever abominations they're about to witness, so it do be like that sometimes. So, cool. I've decided that I've probably had enough of the tire for the time being because it is not doing my psychological health any favors. So we're just gonna pick something new today to work on. Also, I'm using the Google random number generator instead of the website I was using last time because I'm like 95% certain it isn't actually generated. It just picks from a list and it goes in the same order. I'm convinced. So we've got number 10. What is number 10? Number 10 is a Wise camera. Okay, this isn't too bad. Wise camera, huh? Rather cubic, build edges. Round camera front, which should be easy enough to model. Inset on the front as well with the... I assume that's a microphone. So it's probably, what, a camera lens, LED, and microphone port. Otherwise it might be a charging cable port. That would be an attachment for a tripod or a stand of some variety. I'm not sure what this bottom piece is here. I suppose it doesn't matter too much. And then vents on the back for heat exhaust. I'm sorry, is that a key on the back? Huh. So it's MAC address written on the back. And I see some indentation on the edge there, which I'm probably going to have to model in because that doesn't look to be doable via just texturing by itself. That's fine. This is going to be interesting. Do I model in an interior box as well to get this additional detail here? Although I suppose that I don't need to do that because that's probably just one piece of plastic with holes cut into it. USB port. Okay, this seems easy enough. So I wonder what model this is. It doesn't look to be awfully big. It's probably like... Looking at it, the size of that thread is probably not any more than... Probably like 4 inches tall, maybe? Oh wait, there would probably be a model on the back of this thing. So, last image, it is a Wise. So... I cannot say those two letters together, so it's a Wise camera pan 1. So it gives me the startup guide. Okay, here we go. Amazon probably have the size of this thing listed somewhere. I wasn't too far off. It's like 5.02 inches tall. Yeah, I can work with that. So I'm not going to delete the default cube even though it's tradition. So 2.36 inch. And then it's 5.02 inch. 4. Alright, so the first thing that I obviously have to do is I probably have to sub-dip this a few times. Because I do need to get that camera lens on the front. It's indented. So I'm assuming it'll probably be better if I used just the one object for this. So I'm going to control 3 probably. And simple. Like that. Wonder if, yeah, probably cutting all these in half would make my life just slightly easier. And that's the same size to the top. Now, from here out to the edge, it starts probably around here and goes all the way out. So maybe this much. Let's try it. Circle, scale that out. What is the... Okay, I see it's sort of a rounded edge internally as well, so I need to possibly loop cut on the inside here and scale this in a little bit. Not too much though, mind you. Now, I can inset this. Probably not even that much. And then using proportional, scaled all the way down things. Like that. And try moving this now. Like that. Okay. It's not too bad. Because I do probably still need to add a subdiv surface to this later, but I don't need to right this second. Actually, I might do. Only because I can use a bevel on the edges on the outside. Smooth. So the edges on this outside here are relatively sharp. So picking up all these and adding maybe a crease to them would make my life slightly easier. So crease on these ones, and I'll probably crease the internal set here. Wherever it may be. Control spotted it, it's right here. And set that to increase as well. Might have to make this smaller. So looking at the side profile for this thing, wait, does this have a flat front? Oh, right, because the camera itself. So initially I thought, because of my, quite frankly, garbage eyesight in the distance, I thought this was one solid glass piece. Ow. Accidentally got myself. But no, has this piece here, but then it has a camera on the inside of that piece. And I could only really see it once that's in profile. So... okay, easy enough, I suppose. What I'd have to do is grab these ones and make them circular. And then... do I maybe want to flatten these ones? Yeah, then I can just inset this. Or even just straight up extrude it, depending. Okay, looks like inset might be the option on this one. Or extrude inward slightly. And then inset this even further. And then this one I have to grab and move outwards. Okay, I think I proportional edit this one. And I just hide the rest of this. H. Probably needs to have this entire lot moved out. Because it's not really that inset. Like, it's inset, sure, but it's not overly so. If I look at it from the side... actually, come to think, it might truly be like that, because if I look at this, there's no protrusion here, which tells me that this camera is not actually extruded out as much as I've made it. So I'll move that back in. Okay. Now, the edges of this thing, the top is sharpened. So I can increase that. I can also... I'm going to remove this chunk here. And the only reason I am doing that specifically is because the full size of the camera, I assume, includes the bottom piece where it attaches to, like, whatever mounting solution you have. So, like, the full size isn't just the cubic shape of the camera. So, there, and Control X. And delete this. And grab this entire lot here, and where is the... every time. Where is the option to refill? There it is. Cool. Now, judging from the size of this thing, it's probably one away from every edge. So I'll make this a circle. Now that is fine, but like the problem I'm having now is this section here needs to have whatever is attached here, right? So if I move this down. So like this shape is fine, but my issue here is these ports here, like the SD card. I assume that's a charging port. I'm not sure what this one is exactly. Then I assume it's a microphone. Could be an infrared light too. For all I know, it seems to be a security camera. So it does seem to be a security camera. Okay, Caitlin, please. I know you're all over the place today, but please remember that proper English vernacular is required for a stream. So I still probably need to model these two. I could actually get away with doing a texture for at least one of these, if not both of them. And then obviously the grid on the back, which I still need to do. So extrude this down. All I said was, come on. I mean, nothing wrong with that. And this one, I probably need to crease both edges on this. Ah, got all these ones as well. Right, and then this one's going to be interesting. It has a couple of insets on this one. So it's inset slightly to have what is basically a rubber gasket. I won't even call this a gasket. It's just like the stand for it. It does seem to be made out of some sort of rubbery plastic. Also, please clean your stuff because having it look like this is probably not great for it. Although, to be fair, it is old. But I'm not certain security cameras tend to look like that through normal usage. Okay, that section there is actually... Oh, okay, this is an interesting one. So there's like one inset here, and you can't really see it on this one. But if you look from here, there's like a slight inset before the actual rubber of the stand pokes out, so I do need to take that into account. Set that slightly. Set this a bit further. I'm gonna make sure that's like that and extrude that in very slightly. Alright, cool. And then for this one, I'll probably need to take these ones, make these into a circle. Really scale this in. Also, I'll have to make it sharpened. And then insert this one slightly further. Actually, maybe decrease the size of this. Because it's not very large compared to the rest of this. Yeah. But I still need to do the internal of this one. And then extrude this upwards. Probably a little. I've got the camera, the bottom of this needs to be made into hard edges. Like the soft edges on the sides are fine, that's the way it's supposed to look, but these bottom bits need to be sharpened up quite a fair bit. Right. Looking good so far. Although, I think this might be slightly too big now that I look at it. To be honest, it kind of looks a little bit bulbous. That is fine. I can actually just Control X objects and make all these back into... So what am I doing? There is a tool specifically for this. Places, grab all of these, and there we go. So I guess I have to make this slightly higher. So this is an even circle, obviously, but it doesn't encompass any more than halfway down the object. Sorry, chat. Anyway, any more than halfway down the object. I wonder if this will be sufficient. No, still a bit too small. I might start from up here. Okay, that's too high. But if I do this one, probably even just decrease the scale of this a bit. That. All the way around and I think the silhouette's looking slightly better now. I think the previous one was just far too large. Let's see this. That doesn't really help in this case. I want to grab this and iPad. Go. H. Okay, it's a little bit uneven now, but that's fine. Let me just extrude this out and scale it. I wonder if I can make this into... Oh. No. No, I cannot, in fact, force it to become a curve. Alright, we're just gonna click the Control Z on there and pretend that didn't happen. Alright, let's try moving this out here. And like this. This one. It just looks too round if I do that though. And the more I do this, it just more or less breaks it. I move all of these though. What about these ones? Done. Okay. Guess I'll just have to work with what I've got. I mean, what I've got is not a lot, but it's what I've got. Or I could just do that. That could potentially work. these, just move them back a bit. Okay, profile. Sphere. Is there a sphere option? Nope. Although using a sphere would probably be a smart idea, I want to at least try to make this... screw it. Yeah, you're probably right, actually. Hello? Skedaddle, please? Thanks. Actually, I just want to delete these. And then... probably grid fill this. Nope. Alright, let's just go back to the point where I started doing this stupid idea of mine. Okay, there we go. And this is selected. Honestly, putting it inside the object's probably fine. Because I can just, if I need to later, I can just use Control L to grab it. Let's try 24 and 8. Just half these things. Now this is actually a lot flatter. Looking at the profile of this, it doesn't really stick out all too much, so maybe I just need to... Right. So I guess maybe I just keep scaling this until it pokes out a good amount, but it fills the entire socket. Maybe slightly smaller than that, because I do still need to account for this being pulled out. And that needs to be moved back slightly. So of course I need to make this bigger now. Okay, that should be good. So... not delete verticing. Singular verticing. And yet somehow it destroys all of this. Bro. Yeah. Can you scale this back out? Scale this whole way out. And turn this this way. That did not work out the way I intended it to. Maybe instead of doing that, I can just extrude and scale the correct distance this time. I don't know why grid fill isn't in this menu. I need to click favorite this. Like that. Want the fall off maybe be like this? Okay, maybe a little less. It's like, it's almost like it's flush. I've been setting it far too much for like what this is supposed to be. Okay, okay, instead of that, I'm gonna try and get this a bit closer first. Before very slightly adjusting it. That. Okay, I'm making sure I have proportional. Okay, that seems a bit nicer. The only problem I have with this is like looking at it from here. If I shade the smoke, it still has these little bits here, which I'm not all too fond of. Wonder if connecting them here would be good. Okay, it's not really helpful in this case. Done. Back, grab all this. I wonder if... Okay, that seems to help a smidge. And then the slot here. Going to scale. No, I'm not. Okay, this here I'm going to scale it. I want it to overlap though. Okay, it's getting a bit hard for me to see exactly where it starts and ends, so I'm just going to scale this instead. And then this actually needs to be slid down here. And this one needs to be creased. So does the other one, apparently. There we go. It's about as close as I'm gonna get it. And then it does actually have a small extrusion here. So that. Down. And the very tiniest of extrusions here. I do need to use this first time. Oh. Hey, this one doesn't need to be creased though. There we go. Right, so now I've got that working. Try and figure out what I'm going to be doing at the bottom here. Probably be more helpful if I put on like a mat cap. And cavity both. It's funny because if I'm like right underneath, it doesn't show me unless I'm in edit mode. Otherwise, it's fine. Probably because of the way the lighting's set up. I am vaguely set with studio lighting, so I'll just stick with that now. So this here. I wonder if it'd be easier to try and texture this as opposed to trying to model it. But at the same time, I feel like that would just be a tiny bit half-assed. I'll do the back off about it. Since there's actual blatantly obvious detail that I can work on there. So, let's see, we've got ventilation along the back, we've got like an X design here. I'm not sure what that is supposed to be there. And then there's a USB port. And then this here. I wonder if I could lift that from the image and use it as a texture. Probably could. It's just mainly this section here that I'm worried about. I wonder if I need to inset this entire thing. I'm going to inset it just in case. The Amazon webpage that I'm using for the scale doesn't seem to show the back of it all too accurate. Oh wait, no it does. Okay. It does seem to be inset a slight amount. So I'm just going to go with that. I'm just going to roll with it. So it's this entire panel section here. And then this one here, just need to slide it down. Hello, Linda. Thank you. That going. And it's like a pretty reasonable amount of space between the top and the grill. There's like how many? 3, 6, 9, 12. 13 exactly. Alright, how many of these do I have access to? Not including the exterior ones, we have 2, 4, 5. So doubling these would just give me 10, and then I need to figure out how to get an extra 3 in on this. What I can do is I can... It's going to go from here to here on each of these. And bevel them. So that'll give me 10 to work with. Because I'll still need to bevel these. Like, beveling these again is going to provide some issues, I think, but we'll see. I could take liberties with this and just say that it only has 10 vents as opposed to 13. But it's just about the problem solving, you know? Can I move these along? Possibly. Try 0.001. And then this one here, I can join that. This. So that'd give me 11. And then, like, I can grab one of these outer ones. Maybe. So how does this look when it's extruded inwards? It does have like a rounded edge to it. Yeah, just double check the count. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then obviously I need to figure out how I'm gonna get these to join together a bit nicer. What a conundrum. These together. This one. I might even just stick with 11 to keep my sanity intact. X 0.0002. That one, GX 0.02. Let's try that. Now for this slot here, I need to figure out how I'm gonna basically just form that back down because this is really messy. So, faces here. Could just do these ones instead. These. Not those ones though, unfortunately. These will get rid of those ones. And now I need to fill all those in individually. Can I then, like... It's like ultra messy though. Whatever. It's not like anyone's going to be using this as a model in a game or anything like that. I can move these ones. Yes, I can. So how many have we got here? We've got... See, I've got 11 edges compared to 6. Oh, damn it. So, I can't even evenly half this to force it to be the correct amount. So, what is it going to take here? Because those just form down in a weird way. Because, like, even if I... Hey, Foxy, how you doing? Because even if I form those down into... That might work, actually. I'd need to split this entire part off, though. I need to grab all of these. Don't mind me, just struggling to make a security camera. I don't want the bottom ones, though. If I merge it last... Yeah, it's gonna leave a extra thing there. See... Frozen. Because even if I remove this, it's just going to give me that. And I need to figure out how to make this work. Because, like, the most obvious solution for this one is to fill that one in. And then just delete that. But then that just leaves a... Dang it. Been doing quite amazing. My body feels better than it has been lately. That's good. Good to hear, Foxy. Glad to hear it. Not talking pain-wise, still got that, of course. I'm talking about mentality. I'm still glad to hear that you're doing better mentally. As long as it's an improvement, like that, any improvement is one to be celebrated, you know? As for me, I have not made a single bit of improvement since I stopped the 8-week course, because, good lord, this is an abomination. Yes, yes. How am I going to fix this? Like, it should not be this hard to make a bunch of vents on the back of the security camera. It really shouldn't be. Because this just leaves a great big nasty end gone for me to work with. And not to mention this abomination right here. Like, good lord, what the fuck is that? And then if I do that, it just causes even more problems. So even if I deleted that and filled this, which would fix that initial problem, I would still need to figure out how I'm gonna get these to work the way I want them to. Because even if I did this, and fill this in. I don't want the interior face of the other side. Thanks, go away. I don't want edges on faces. And then this one. Fill your faces here. Fill that in. And fill that. That just does the exact same as what I had before now. So, like, that is less than helpful to me currently. It's just leaving, like, a bunch of these things on the back, which would really screw with the subdivision modifier. Quite frankly, I don't like the idea of screwing with the subdivision surface modifier. What a goddamn headache this is being. Just get rid of the tire. It's like anything you could get from then on out is gonna be easier. No, the fuck it ain't. Like, damn, bro. I'm really this bad? Okay. I'm just gonna this entire section. spaces. So even if I did that, which by the way, that leaves a huge problem there that I still need to fix. I've still got this going on, which I would still need to join together anyway. Oh, why have I done this to myself, chat? At this point, the only way to fix this would be to just grab all of these and hope for the best. Oh, where is the detail on the side? So it's 15 edges it needs to go down into 5. 6 rather. So even if I move both of these, extrude this one down. And grab this. How many is this now? 11. Dang it, okay. And even if I did this, it's still 13. So it's not even even. Like, Blender is really just going to do me dirty like this. And by Blender, I mean my own lack of skill with Blender. Not Blender itself. Blender is doing fine. It's doing exactly what I asked it to. Remember, chat, there is no such thing as a bad program, only user error. Even if I red focus, am I gonna just have to do this specific thing manually? Just so it's gonna be annoying. I'm sorry? What? Oh, it's because they're still connected. Build this. Even if I join these together, this is still gonna be messy, but it's not gonna be nearly as bad as what it was before. I hope. This one. And then this one, I need to figure out how I'm going to join these together. So if I fill that, fill the top one. Hello, Linda? You want to do the thing that I asked you to? Okay, that's just about as clean as I'm gonna get, chat. I'll be real, this one's mean. Hopefully I can do the same this time. So I started these. Fill each of them individually because for some reason I can't do them all at the same time. This one here. Distance. Each of these. This one. This one here, I had them merged down. I think. Actually, no, I had both of these moved down. This one extruded upwards. And had these filled in. And I had this moved down. Had this one filled in. And then all those together. And yeah. Except somehow I've managed to screw it. What the hell did I do? Oh, I did that in the wrong position. Okay, that's fine. I was like, huh? How did I manage to break it? Quite simply, in fact. Alright, let's try that again without the stupid this time, yeah? So... So I had these moved down, and then the second one I had them moved outwards, and then yet somehow it is still broken. That should not be like that. Why is it like that? God damn it. I just when I was doing this correctly. So that matches the bottom one. And then this one here. Extrude that out. By distance, making sure that it's like that. And then fill that in. Okay, now that looks the way that I want it to. There. I just realized I didn't even inset the panel yet. Oh, what the hell is wrong with me? Okay. It's not even so much an inset as it is a bevel and an inset, so that's fine. So, get a crease on this. And extrude that inwards. Actually, that can be creased. And I somehow broken it. How have I managed to break this? I wonder if this would be better if my bevel went with this. Do that. And limit to weight specifically. It probably doesn't need to be that far though. Like that much at most. Okay, that's not too bad. The only issue I'm encountering with this is the fact that is a thing. Do I really want these to be bevel weighted? No, I don't. The problem is if I do that, it just removes all of the edges on the inside, which I do still need. Okay. How do I select the edge frame? Select frames? Okay, there we go. Okay, that's a bit better now. Right. Now time to insert the slot. And get rid of that. Probably be helpful if I could actually aim. And this is why I don't play shooter games anymore. Or really any games, come to think of it. I haven't sat down and played a game for like, I would want to say at least 3 months at this point. Like, the only game that I quote-unquote played during this entire time wasn't even a game, it was the Roblox Hunt Mega Edition. And let me tell you, that was not a fun time. Like, I wouldn't even really class that as a game, more so just a test of my ability to just not want to harm myself. I might actually remove the tops and bottoms of these, just so they can be a bit cleaner. Because, like, there is still a pretty reasonable amount of gap in between that lot, so... And then, like, later on I can just force that to be coloured black to make it look like a hole. Now, what I do need to figure out is this one here, which is slightly further up, and this is going to be the USB port. So if I extrude manifold... Okay, no, this thing just wants to force edges here, which I don't want it to. How am I going to do this thing? Okay, grab that. Probably delete the faces. What in the goddamn... Huh? No wonder it was having troubles. What the hell? Oh wait, I just merged all of those, didn't I? Bruh. Okay. Delete all the edges. Well, actually, just all the faces. I don't want to delete only the faces, though. Because for whatever reason, this thing has decided that it doesn't want to play ball. I know why, though. It's just because I can't select anything behind these fat-ass faces. Make sure I grab all of these. And now if I get rid of them. There we go. I want this entire thing to be sharp. Same for these ones, no exceptions. Now, the only thing here is that these are... Okay, I just need to do this. Increase these. So now we have got a USB port going. These, and the only issue with that is I just finished the camera and whole thing. I realized I forgot the fucking chamfers on the corners. Yeah. But are you doing this alongside me? Because if so, you're probably doing a better job at this than I am, to be honest. Okay, this is going to be a little bit more difficult than I thought. I don't do these things because they're easy, but because I thought they would be easy. So I do that, it's just going to pull more down. I move this, it's just going to... Actually, no, it doesn't break anything. Hey, Cyclonic, mind if I send you something in DMs? I'm a little on the fritz on what I sent in the server as a message. What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Foxy? I mean, sure, you can send me anything in DMs that you like. Okay. Alright, it's playing nice for now. Let's make sure these are flat. And... Why is it doing that? I'll give... Basically, it has to do with what I said as a mod. I'll give you the deets and DMs. Okay. Why is this? Oh yeah, because of these speeches here. If I try merging those are just going to become ingons, are they not? Just so that might become an issue. Yeah, because all of these are just individual things now. Ugh, what a beast. Because even if I, like, make those not a thing, it's still gonna be an annoyance. Okay, I'm just gonna redo this. So I can do this without too much issue. This speed warp, that's still breaking on my end. What have you sent me? Right, honestly, yeah, SolidWorks is doing a much better job than I am in Blender at this thing. That is really impressive, though. Let's see. Just put that back to normal. But yeah, like SolidWorks seems to do a much better job than Blender does at this. Or it could just be the fact that I'm not good at this software whatsoever. It's actually a bit further back this time, so hopefully Blender shouldn't be merging everything together. Alright, I sent you everything. It was in Blender, but if I imported it into SolidWorks, I could fix it and send it back to Blender for, Yeah, I think you may have gone a bit hard on that one, Foxy. Maybe just like a tiny smidge, just too much. But like at the same time, I get it. You know? Also, that's some really impressive work, likely. Okay. The edges here are not as rounded out as I would like. So I probably need to set this even a bit lower than this. Flat, smooth. Well, I don't know how to feel about now. What set is said, Foxy, but like I totally get it. On all of these things, Blender. Or rather, my terrible ability at sleeping things. I'm not entirely happy with this model now. I think it's just a fresh face looking in from another perspective. Give it time and I'll struggle to make a circle again. I mean, I've been doing this continuously for the past few months now, and I am still vastly struggling, so that's probably more indicative of a personal problem on my end than, like, anything else, really. Like, be thankful you couldn't see the raptor screeching that I was doing earlier when I was trying to do 3D animation. I wonder if I could just select the face on this and see it. And just crease them. Like, I truly want to do, like, really good animation stuff, but without the ability to model, I'm just kind of in for it at the moment. I removed the second half of it, even though it probably won't matter now since it's in the logs. Oh well, if I get called out for it, I get called out for it. I'll just apologize and hope it don't end well for me. I think you mean hope it ends well for me. Unless you're a glutton for punishment at the moment. Did I word that wrong? Oh well, you know what I mean. I do vaguely now. mind all over the place tonight? Yeah, you and me both. Oh, I get that all the time in my cam software, but the fix is understandably not always an option. Probably. I'm gonna move these things, I think. Probably need to reset this. The fix being just hopping off for a few days. Because of the way that my eyes are built, I don't have that luxury. I wish I did, though. I really wish I did. And that's gonna have to do. Right, now this thing here. It's the light. I'm gonna grab the set, not because I don't want to go slightly higher for this one, but because of the fact that there's lots here and I can't really do much about that. And is there a way to round these without turning them into a circle? Nope. If there is a way, it's not that way, that's for sure. Let me just set the bevel weight on this one. Now, was there anything on the top of the camera? I don't know. So, that's gonna be an influence now that I think about it. It'd probably be good just to do an image texture for that. I should probably, you know, add the USB port in. It's a great start. More higher, and that's actually about halfway. Okay, a little bit less would be nice. These, increase them. Actually, these do need to be rounded a bit, don't they? Yeah, the top edges. Probably needs to be actually. I wonder why that is not actively updated. I guess I'll get off for the night. I'm starting to feel a bit unwell, I guess, because of the anxiety. Foxy, I'm sure you'll be fine. I hope you feel better soon, though. But if you need to apologize, just apologize and move on. Possibly. Oh, it might be because of these things. But then, like, why wouldn't these ones be messed about with if that's the case? Okay. Give this a wait and see then. Get rid of the crease. This up. I'll chat in Discord though. Okay. Just only if you feel like it, Foxy. Have a good evening. Wait. Oh, don't tell me that's indented. If it is, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Okay, I don't think there's any difference. I think my eyes were just messing with me. As usual, I suppose. Now, this one here. What if I mess about with this? Yeah, it just rounds. Not exactly what I want. If I did that, it just doesn't really work. So I guess I'm just going to keep this sharp for the time being. It's just these two outer edges here that need to be less sharp. Probably around about there. Okay, that's not awful. Back a bit further. Yep. I just realized that I put all of my stuff down that I was using because I have Discord and all the stream stuff on the right screen, except for chat, which is on the left. So I didn't realize that I had my OBS all the way down, so I couldn't see the current stream timer. I was just like, oh, don't tell me I suddenly went over. That would be embarrassing. Because I'd have to explain to my grandmother that I forgot to go on a walk again because my stream went over time again. This happens a little bit more often than I am comfortable with admitting. So it looks like the top has it's just like a tiny ass ledge though. Probably not that important in this case. Alright, so front of this, I'll probably do The bottom I could probably do with a texture. The only issue is that I need to unwrap this in order to give it a texture. In order to unwrap it, I need to be able to unwrap probably each of these individually. Which I'm not too inclined to do. But saying that, I also said I was going to do the label on this, so there's almost no reason why I shouldn't do that. We'll see how I go with shading first. So I'll give this a slot 2. Sign that. Body. For this one. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. There's like a node here that I can do ramps with. Not color ramp, it's a different one. That's probably color ramp. Look. Yeah, so I need 2 of these. I promise I'm going somewhere with this one, chat. So... Shit, how do I do this again? Oh, right, I don't need this one, I just need this. Together, this one. Here. This is 4D. Here. So what I want to do is have these feed into here and just make them into dirt stains basically. Just idea is to have this one in the dirt. Not quite that strong, obviously. That goes into this. Problem is, this is not the way. So I want this and then have this. Just because I'm focusing on how to make dirt doesn't mean that I can't remove a little bit from my chat. Probably set this to smooth one. Same with this one as well. Okay, set this up. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere with this. Actually, I'm starting to wonder if Voronoi is the best one for this. Okay, probably needs to take out roughness a bit. We even need to remove this. Now this one's actually grey dust and grime, so I'm gonna remove the saturation off of this. And same for this one. Maybe setting both these to 40 might help my case. Alright, I've definitely done something wrong here. What have I done wrong? Let's add the map back up. Is it because I swapped this to that one? To set the detail down a bit. Now if I set the coloring, there we go. So that does that, but I don't want it to be all the way dark, you know? Okay, that's a little bit better. What does... Oh, F2 is interesting. What the heck? That's a thing. Kinda almost looks like veins. Almost. Not quite, though. I set this one to quite a dark grey. Turn the saturation all the way off. Now this thing is quite a matte colour, so I'm gonna point this. It is not metallic though, it is just pure plastic look, so ignore that for now. Now this this is definitely glass material. So probably 5. What's the index of reflection for glass again? Let's see. Glass. Oh, there is so many different types of glass. I don't think that these are flint glasses though, so I'm just gonna stay with the generic, which is just 1.5. And set that to very dark gray. Probably even set it a bit lower, 0.1. And then looking at this. Closer. Oh, apparently, if I do that, it does increase the size, but also scrolls my screen all the way down. Okay, don't like that. So the inside ring for this is matte. So I need to grab this one here. And also this set here as well. I need to assign to a new slot. That for now. That. Okay, here we go. And assign that. Okay. It's just going to be really annoying, apparently. We'll work on this for now. So this needs to be set up to like 1.75. A bit higher to just make it a little bit easier to differentiate. And the inside here. Actually, is that concave? Because if so, that's going to be a little bit of a difference. Yeah, I think that's concave. No wonder I was having problems with the camera itself. The entire thing is concave. Bruh. Okay, you know what? Never mind. This is what I've got. I'm sticking with it. Actually, I wonder if this is going to be fine by itself. What I have noticed is that this is, like, this white is far too bright for the camera body. It needs to be a bit darker. Like, it's white, sure, but, like, it's not pale as Snow White. I come to think about it, I don't know why this entire thing is lit up, considering the fact that there is only one line to see. The hell? So somehow this thing is lit up like a goddamn Christmas tree. Oh, is it because I have this different? Shouldn't be. Especially considering that the matte cap options is off. Just one of those silly things that Blender does, I suppose. Are you gonna model in the crud on the bottom? I don't know if my mental stability can handle that at the moment, but I will texture this down here because I do need to. It is quite blatantly obvious on the camera. Okay, so it's just this bit here, I think. Right, let's just set this all to one slot now. And this is not so dark a grey. We'll just yoink. Just yoink the colour straight off of this image. In fact, I might even go for that lighter spot right there. There we go. So I know for a fact that's still going to stay that same whitish colour. Wait, this is... Oh my god, it's a completely... It's not a completely separate object in this case, but it is separated from the bottom. Bruh. Okay. Okay, and scale that in. That's probably around about there. And increase that, and now we've got that going. Which means this does not need to be creased in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, can you believe I only just noticed that that was separated from the main body of the camera? Somehow the most unobservant person on Earth is also a person who is planning on doing 3D modeling as a part-time job. Good lord, we are doomed. All these here. So all these are different lengths, probably mostly between like each of these amounts. I'm just gonna do what feels right here. Because they're all like different lengths, and if I was going to do these lengths exactly, like I would be spending all night adding in and removing topology, and quite frankly, I just don't feel like doing that. So add that. What's with the hyperspeed bonk? Do you want to explain, likely, or is this just a thing that you'd prefer doing? Or are you just hitting me over the head for being so bad at this? Who knows? Only you do, that's for sure. Okay, set the roughness all the way to 1. Let me set that to be. Like that, maybe? Hey, no licking the balding head. Not in my chat. Thank you. I'm gonna have to make all these deeper. I just realized. Because this is definitely not showing as actual indentations on the object. Likely, why are you like this? Good lord, why are you like this? Am I gonna have to call the authorities? We've got a series. Oh, I don't want to say this. I'm not gonna say it actually. I've decided I am not gonna finish that thought. Okay, it's like a little bit better, but still, the shading is quite flat. Why is... Okay, it looks better in this mode, but the second I go to any type of shading, it just disappears. And for some reason, there's lighting in this scene where there definitely should not be lighting. There is no way that I accidentally added things like emission to this. Because if there's no lights in the scene, there should be absolutely no lighting whatsoever. But if I turn the background off, right, chat? I turn all the lights off, it's still bright white for some ungodly reason. Like, what in the set? Also, I just realized my bevel was turned. No wonder it wasn't working. The stupid thing wasn't even turned on. My go-to phrase in life is, when you realize you're digging yourself in a hole, say fucking and keep digging, see how far down you can get. To be honest, I have had that same mindset since I was 15, and I am now currently 27. So, yes, I am very much familiar with it. Okay, it's not the smoothing or subdivision that's doing it. So there's something else in here that's causing it to still be lit. Is it because of the material that I'm using? Also, double down bad jokes, yep. Absolutely, yep. Oh, it's because I was viewing the color ramp directly and not the principal BSDF. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Found the problem, chat. The problem is that I'm an idiot. Although y'all already knew this. I too am 27. I want to make a joke, but I know for a fact that particular joke would get me banned off Twitch. Probably YouTube as well, so I'm not going to complete it, but it has to do with a certain type of club of musicians. Alright, let's put this to like 3 watts. This doesn't need to be that bright. Or even like 5 watts. Do is I can grab a spotlight and shine it. Copy musicians? No. I don't think so, at least. Do that. Set this to 10. Also, what I can do, first of all, I can go into cycles and set it to GPU for my computer to start scripting, okay? Where is my calculation? There it is. And get the exposure up to something a little bit more reasonable, like say 25. Okay, that will do for a start. Is it a joke that 27s would know, or is it at my expense? It's more specifically a joke that anyone who's familiar with, like, intimately familiar with the habits of musicians and actors would know. And it's also a joke that would get me TOS'd off of YouTube if I said it out loud, so I'm not going to. But if you want me to DM it to you, I can do. Right, I just actually need to do some shading here. Let's see. I think I've got a visitor at the door. Hang on a second. Alright, I'm back, and you said you are intrigued. Hang on, I'm gonna pop the... Let's see. I'm gonna pull up the Wikipedia page for this. And, I sincerely hope that you are not squeamish around certain topics. Let's see. There. Spoil that. And the joke I have here is that certain puns, especially if done poorly, make me want to join this particular club. Alright. And this one here, assign that to Blackboard as well. These ones as well. Ah, now there's Z fighting. Dang it. Okay. How am I going to get rid of these Z fighting here? I can move these, probably. And that would probably be my safest option. Just enough so it's not actively fighting. The problem is I'm desensitized AF. This is nothing. Yeah, completely understandable. I mean, like, if you're 27, that just tells me that you were on the internet when going on anything like AndCon Arcade or anything along those lines just exposed you to some of the weirdest ads possible. Because, I mean, like, seriously, what is it with the old meat spin, lemon party, yep. 2 girls, we all know the jokes. Like, there is a bunch of people that I know that would get offended over the game. Also, by the way, you just lost the game. And, okay. Saying the, yep. Like, and we're supposed to believe that advertisers are scared of somebody swearing on YouTube when this is the sort of stuff that they were putting up with back in the day. Like, come on. I'm actually going to assign this to the grey rubber material just to differentiate it. Also, now you're breathing manually. The problem is that doesn't work on me. Although, you're now aware of the fact that your teeth are dry. Have fun with that. Change up this a bit. Probably even make this a bit darker. I've never heard that one. Well, you have now. Still like too bright for me. If I just pick the color from here. Actually, you know what it might be? Because it's plastic, it doesn't really have a texture at the moment. If I gave it a bit of texture, it'd probably work. Yeah, so the phrase bone dry is not because, like, you think about bones, you think, oh, bone dry. But the default state of bones is wet. The only reason that they feel dry is because they lack moisture and they're trying to absorb as much moisture as possible. Because, you know, that's a thing. And texture. Nice texture for this one. Oh, here we go. Wait a 15. Okay, this probably isn't the greatest plastic texture, but this would be absolutely perfect for concrete. Let's just tone this down a bit though. And turn down the strength. Something like 0.2. I'm going through my saved jokes on my basket weaving forum, sorted oldest first to find old memes. Honestly, completely understandable. Recently I was trying to get a flash card working, and for it I decided to take out the SD card on my old phone. And then I realized, like, I still have posts from Tumblr from when I was back in high school. So those things are, like, older than most of the people I see on YouTube these days. Damn, I wish I could see what you're talking about. What, the high school memes? Or the, high school Tumblr posts? Because I can promise you, it's not great. It's probably better off those are left buried and forgotten. Yeah, I think I swapped this out for a board instead. Check OBS. And this is why I always have to have Discord on the bottom. Oh, good lord, what the hell have I done? Bruh, I am so sorry. Oh, thank you for telling me, but oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, sorry about that. I completely forgot to pull up OBS and check that. And this is why me getting distracted is a bad thing during streams. And I can promise you, I get distracted very easily. Okay, let's hit this like 2,000. Cyclonic negative brain cell moment. Okay, so those are extreme, but that one's... don't tell me that this is... Shift the face orientation on these. Alright. 3,000 for the sizing. Even more than that? Man, this thing's getting greedy. Fuck me, do I need to be at 10,000 for this? Yes, apparently I do. Bruh. My saves only go back to Harambe. Like, I still have saves from the Funny Pix days. That funny little app with the turtle on it. I have not been on that app since, I would like to say, 2014, maybe? Probably 2015? Like, it's been a while. So I'm going to set the roughness down this just a bit. 0.6. And then this needs to actually be plugged into the roughness. Now if I set this all the way to black, and this all the way to white, black, white, let's really set these two together. Trying to find where all the shiny spots are. I always try to figure out this, but I'm never all that... Like, I can never remember whether, for the roughness setting, black is all the way shiny or all the way matte. I think in this case it's all the way shiny. If that's the case... These two need to swap positions. Even if I flip these... And then set this to 0.340. So now... Oh, wait a minute. I had this in the right position from the get-go. No, I didn't. Okay. 0.34. And then set that. Okay, that's a bit better. Grabbed my first ever flash drive and looked at what I had from like 2012. I can only imagine just the dusty ass memes on that drive. I'm 90% sure there's some Discord level bans. Oh, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Like, I have some images that I am surprised that I did not get questioned by the FBI for, even though I live in a completely different country. And then I'm going to grab this one, and this is going to be gold colored. Because obviously the internal gear on it. So, slot. It's actually mounting screw, so. Nope. And set that all the way up, because it is metallic. Set the roughness way down to 0.3. Rip Filthy Frank. I mean, like, Filthy Frank is dead, but Joji's still around. So, like, I suppose things do end eventually, but new things come along and take their place. These. Just get rid of this. And like that. Anyway, I think I'm going to end off the stream there because I did promise my grandmother I was going to go for a walk tonight. And, like, it's starting to get quite late. So, end off the stream. Do I have anyone here to raid? Again, it is all people who speak in... Oh, there's one Spanish-speaking person in this slot. But otherwise, pretty much all of them speak... Like, why is it? My entire raid list is just people who speak Korean. Like, I know I streamed late, but I didn't think it was that late. Also, that is the Korean word for balls. Huh. Anyway, I shall see y'all tomorrow where I will be switching back to animation practice. God help us all.